Guess my people, as the hot don't happen. Please, this video must go viral. Please watch and make sure you share.
What is happening in Benue? What is happening in Plateau is proof, is evidence that some powers somewhere are telling Tinubu what to do and what not to do. The insecurity in Nigeria is evidence that we have a president that is not totally in charge, but is being told what to do and what not to do by some forces somewhere. It is evidence that our leaders are complicit in the insecurity of our country, Nigeria. And when I say our leaders, I'm not talking about only Tinubu. The governor of Benue is also complicit. The governors are complicit. And as it is, even the Fulanis, they are being used to be the fall guy for this. And they are happy to do it because in somebody's mind, they are doing land grabbing, they are gaining territories. But they fail to see that in reality, those forces pulling strings behind the scenes are actually just using them. It's time for the Fulanis to wake up. It's time for the governors to wake up. And it's time for the president to wake up. When I say wake up, it's not like I expect that they will suddenly just watch this video and they will have a change of heart. No. When I say wake up, I mean they should wake up to see that they are being used. Somebody is telling the president, oh, you can solve this security challenge. You cannot solve this security. Somebody is telling him, because I know that the same thing happened to Buhari. And it's not just me saying it. We were all here when the CEO of Executive Outcomes gave an interview to Al Jazeera. The videos are still out there on YouTube. Just do a search. And he said clearly that somebody told Buhari to instruct Executive Outcomes to stop chasing away Boko Haram. He said it. The videos are out there. So we had a Buhari who was president of Nigeria, but somebody was telling him what he could do and what he could not do. Remember, it was Jonathan that contracted Executive Outcome. And remember that the reason why Jonathan contracted Executive Outcome was because somebody refused to sell weapons to him to fight the same Boko Haram. Somebody denied him access. Tried everything he could. In fact, they had to go through black market route. And they still stopped that plane in South Africa, if you remember. That pastor's plane. So somebody, somewhere, is telling Tinubu what to do and what not to do. If not, the insecurity in Benue, in Plateau, in Nasarawa, in Northwest, in Northeast, is not so difficult to treat. This is not a question of our military is not well armed. No, it is not. We have borders. These Boko Haram terrorists, they do not manufacture weapons. In this same Nigeria we are in, they have rocket launchers that can take down fighter jets, that can take down helicopters. Those things, they are not my weapons. They are not things you just pick on the road. When they say small arms proliferation, these are not small arms. They are not made in Nigeria. But somehow they find their way into Nigeria. How? Does it mean that our government cannot really secure our borders? Or is somebody telling our government not to secure it deliberately so that these arms can gain access into Nigeria? I won't join anybody to say, oh, we don't have a government, we don't have a president, President Tinubu. Look, this is how we shouted for 8 years under Buhari. 8 years. What changed? In fact, if this were under Buhari, or if Tinubu were to be a Fulani man, you would say, oh, this is Fulanization agenda. But Tinubu is a Yoruba man. How come this is going on unabated? On a daily basis, it appears as though they are getting worse. Think. And we coming out to scream. It's just balm, short-term measure. The real solution is to cure the epidemic of, what do I call it now? The epidemic of stooges. The epidemic of having people who are leaders, but they are being controlled by foreign powers. And these people, they're doing this for some ulterior motives. People like David Hundeyin have given us some kind of hint as to why this is happening. It's all about the resources. I told the story of Nigeria. If you have not seen that video, you need to check for it in this channel. It's all about the resources. If we don't solve the problem of having puppets as leaders, puppets as president, puppets as governors, puppets as senators, puppets, and if we don't solve that problem, the insecurity will not solve. It is not like Tinubu cannot solve this. It's not like our security agencies cannot solve this. It's not like the governor cannot solve this. And this is another propaganda they push, that the governors are handicapped. How? How are the governors handicapped? A governor has billions of naira of security votes. Now these killings that have taken place, you saw the video, the one that very dark man was in, where you saw people burnt to ashes. I couldn't even watch it. Now, that is how these people operate. We will just hear that suspected headsmen, they have changed it now. Sometimes you say suspected Fulani headsmen invaded. We never get to see the video. We never get to see the image, the pictures. We never get to hear the audio of these people as they are coming to attack the villages. Never. It is after they have come, they have committed their havoc, they have destroyed, they have killed, they have maimed. Then when they leave, after they have left, it is pictures of the havoc they have wreaked that we are shown. Why is this? I agree that the governor may not have control over the security agency chiefs. He may not have, but he does have, because he's the chief security officer of the state. Now, let's even assume for the sake of argument that he does not have. What stops the governor of Benue, the governor of Plateau, to install early warning systems in those flashpoints in their state. What stops them? It will not cost Governor Alia 100 million naira to install early warning systems across the whole of Benue State. It will not cost him. And that is just a fraction of the security votes that he has access to every month. So why doesn't Governor Alia spend less than 100 million to install early warning systems in Benue State to prevent this, in such that you have the faces, the audio, and the pictures, the video of these perpetrators of this violence? Doesn't cost him anything. But no, he would rather spend the security vote anyhow he likes. And then when these kind of issues come up, he will now go to Pope. He will now start saying the governors are handicapped. The governors are not handicapped. The governors are complicit. In their minds, they think it is business. They think they are making money from insecurity. You know, it has become a military contractual complex. I don't want to say industrial because there's no industry there. They're not making anything. They're not building anything. So there's no military industrial complex. No. It is military politician complex where the military share money with politicians. You think it is business. But what you don't know is that these people are using you to destroy Nigeria's food self-sufficiency and security self-sufficiency. That's what they are doing. They are achieving it. They are giving you peanuts in the process, but the greater benefit, they are plundering our resources and taking them out. So this is not about, oh, they have turned security to business. Somebody is pulling strings and telling these people not to do what they are supposed to do. And the solution is not for us to come out and be shouting. We can shout from now till thy kingdom come. We can shout from now till Jesus Christ comes back. So long as we have puppets in charge of affairs in this country, the security situation in Nigeria will not change. Because it is for these reasons that the puppets were installed in the first place. And guess what? The puppets are forced on us as leaders through rigged elections. So if we are thinking peace in Benue, peace in Plateau, lasting peace that can bring development, if we are truly serious that we want peace across the whole of Nigeria, we need to solve the problem of rigged elections. If we had free and fair elections, only candidates that are immune to foreign control, candidates that cannot be puppets, will be thrown up. And then when they are elected, because they know the people brought them there, not how much they spent, not how the people that helped them or backed them, once they know that it is the citizens that brought them, they will serve the people. It is not easy to stop the insecurity. All you just need to do is give the instruction, block the borders, stop the weapons from coming in. You don't need so much money to do that. Stop the weapons from coming in to Nigeria. And the people who are being used to bring these weapons in, expose them, imprison them, prosecute them. The insecurity will stop. Let us not make the mistake of thinking that the insecurity that we have is the insecurity as a result of hunger and poverty. No. This insecurity has nothing to do with hunger and poverty. This is a strategic, calculated move to destroy our food self-sufficiency and our security self-sufficiency. And it is unfortunate that we have leaders that are puppets that submit themselves to be used by foreign powers against the interest of their own country. It's unfortunate because the people who are supposed to hold these people to account in the legislature are in bed with the same people. So it's state capture. Screaming about it is not going to solve anything. The only way to solve it is to vote them out. And you can't vote them out if the election is not free and fair. So the pathway to peace in Benue, in Nigeria, lasting peace, and not just peace, to development, is free and fair elections. So whatever you talk about, don't allow yourself to be distracted by the daily dose of distraction that we are given. In fact, daily overdose of distraction. Focus. What are we doing to make sure that the elections of 2027 is free and fair, so that we don't continue to allow puppets to be forced on us who will now do the biddings of foreign interests, neglecting the interests of Nigerians? How do we get free and fair elections? We have said electoral reform, but electoral reform is just plan A. We need plan B.